Hmm. Hello, beautiful people. We're going live. Oh my goodness. I wanted to have a chat. Hi, hello, hello, welcome. For those of you looking for some music, I'm not going to be singing today, but I will be sharing a message from my heart. So welcome, come on in. I just finished back-to-back mentorship clients, and there was a big theme today around being seen. And it's a big one, and it hits home, and I just felt like somebody out there needs to see this. And in a world of social media and everyone putting on their best, their highlight reels of what they want the world to think of them, I think it's so important for us to be real and to share some of the trials and tribulations of putting yourself out there. One of my clients, she's looking to start a YouTube channel, and there's so much fear she's going through right now of what if no one likes it, and she hasn't even taken the effort to film it because she's just so afraid of taking that first action. And I can relate to that. I mean, we are biologically hardwired to give a shit about what people think about us. It is just fact. Back in the days, hanging around the fire and the cavemen, if we were a bit too weird around the fire, we might get kicked out of the tribe and we might die. So yeah, there's a reason why we kind of give a shit about what people think about us. And for many of us, it paralyzes us to the point where we don't share our gifts because we're too afraid of what people might think. We're too afraid of how people might perceive us. We're too afraid that we might not be liked. And a big thing that I've been, really advocating with my clients is like, maybe your first post no one likes and no one sees. And you know what? That's part of the journey, right? Like, I can't tell you how many events I've hosted where maybe 3 people rocked up, or how many posts I've done that got maybe single-digit likes, and I worked so hard on that post. Or a song where I poured from the depths of my soul and it was like, meh. And you gotta realize that to hold back your light and to hold back your medicine because you think someone might think you look fat or someone might think you sound bad, you're not sharing your gifts. You're hiding, you're keeping people in the dark. And so just want to reframe that if you're in this process of looking to put yourself out there, if you're looking to, allow yourself to be seen, to, really step up in social media and to share yourself, like, remember, if you focus too much on what people think about you and how you'll be perceived, you're just going to be stuck in this loop of how you look, how you sound, how you feel. But you know what? At the end of the day, it's not about you. It's not really at all. It's about the message and how, at least how I interpret it, is how we make people feel. I mean, I can tell you numerous times I posted a video singing a song and I was just like, ooh, sounds bad, looks bad. Like, I should take it down right away. And then I get a message from someone that says, this actually happened last night. And she said, I feel so calm every time I see your videos. Like, it really helps me. Like, thank you so much. And I'm like, wow, I almost took that down. I almost took it down. I almost didn't share it because I was too concerned about how I might be portrayed, how I might look. The lighting's not right. I look a bit tired, And if I get too hung up on that, then I'll never share anything. Yes, Ruby, yes. We have to share because you know what? Like I said to my client today who's looking to start her YouTube channel, you know what, babe? Maybe no one sees the first video you post. And maybe it's kind of shit. But if you have dreams of getting on a stage in front of hundreds of thousands of people, you got to start somewhere. And you have to take this approach of play. We live in a holographic universe, right? What does Joe Rogan say? We are talking monkeys spinning on an organic ball in space. Don't take it so seriously. Have fun. And remember, there are people out there who are in the dark, who need your light. So for you to play small and to hold back because you're afraid you might look silly, or someone out there will be like, oh, so-and-so's trying to be an influencer, look at them go. Like, so what? I'm trying to shine my light. Don't dim my sparkle, baby. And like, look, I wouldn't be here doing what I am doing today. I wouldn't be running this business if I held all my self-worth in accordance with how many likes I got, or how many tickets I sold, or how many whatever views I got on YouTube. At the end of the day, like, yeah, there's a time and a place for your medicine to really be received in the world. And I believe that so many of us are waiting for this instant gratification. We post something, we're not an overnight sensation, we're shit, we should stop. Right? Like, I mean, I went on The Voice and thinking like, wow, this is going to change my life. And it did. And I had like an overnight, lots of people and more followers, and it was great. But then it sort of died down. And then I realized, oh, I'm not really milking the algorithm in a way that would probably get me more engagement and all that. And so the engagement started to die. And then I started to be like, oh my God, who am I? And you know what? It was a massive initiation for me because, yeah, so many of us creatives deal with this. It was important for me to realize how much I was looking at the outside to validate my own worth. So many of us do it. But at the end of the day, as I was telling my other client who stepped into a leadership role, and she's terrified if she says the wrong thing or if somebody doesn't like her. And it's like, yeah, let's go there. What if nobody fucking likes you? What if everybody hates you? Can you fully believe that at the end of the day, you're still worthy of love? And if you say something that is misinterpreted, you stutter, or you have a typo, or you have some spelling errors in your post, and somebody thinks badly of you, at the end of the day, you're still worthy of love. And at the end of the day, you are still shining your light. So the intention is still there. So if you are brewing up, sharing something, if you're like, oh, I have this gift to share with the world, just the lighting's not right, I gotta go buy the camera, and I gotta get the right microphone, and like, blah. And then you just paralyze yourself in fear because you don't get started, because you don't have all the ingredients. Like, you're doing no favor to the world. You are being selfish, not sharing your light. So when you start thinking, okay, I need to get all this stuff, I need to get this equipment, I'm going to start a channel, I got to get followers, and you do one video and you don't get any likes, that's probably what's meant to happen. Just let it be. And remember, like I said, we live in a holographic projection. What we believe, what we think, how we act, how we feel is creating our reality. So if we have this belief that nobody wants to hear what we have to say, then you'll probably create evidence in your world where no one's really watching your shit, no one really likes your stuff, no one has to care what you have to say. But just remember, like, we're doing this, my fellow light workers, we're doing this as a greater good to humanity, to help people. And so sharing your highlight reels where you only look perfect and you only sound perfect and you only have the perfect message is not really helping people. Like, I spent so much time, I just went through this juice cleanse, which I share in great length in my upcoming newsletter. Subscribe. It's going out tomorrow. But at great lengths, I went through this juice cleanse thinking it would make me all sparkly and bubbly and happy, but it actually brought up some really dark, heavy, sticky emotions. And I found myself feeling like I'm not doing enough, I'm not posting enough, I'm not sharing enough, I'm not doing enough, and I am not enough. I'm not good enough. I don't blah, 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 blah. All of this stuff, right? And I realize this is what happens when you're not eating solid foods and you're detoxing, and all the shit that has been like, swallowed with food and substances starts to come up, and we start to realize, okay, I have some unworthiness, or I have some fear, or I have some not enoughness. And so I was faced to face that. And for me, it was really healing to sit with that and to hold myself like a little baby and rock myself and be like, shh, you're okay. Let's not try to solve the world's problems today. Let's just get through these 5 days and know and trust that this is all part of the initiation. So after the last, like I said, I just had these 2 mentorship sessions today, and it fueled me up with so much fire because it hit home so deeply to hear of people that are, getting a bit paralyzed in sharing their truth because they're afraid of being seen. They're afraid of what people might think about them. I mean, speaking of newsletters, like every month I send a newsletter and I share like deep stuff from my heart, and I share upcoming events. And of course I check how many people unsubscribe. Of course. And it hurts. And sometimes I'm like, hey, I thought we were friends. And then I realize, okay, wait. That's not a reflection of me. That's not because I'm a bad person. That's not because I don't sound good. That's not because I blah, blah, blah. It's because A, maybe I'm triggering this person because I'm doing what they want to do. B, maybe they're just on a massive unsubscribe freaking mission, which I am sometimes too. I don't know how I have so many emails in my Gmail. Or 3, maybe they're just they're just not interested. And for me to change that paradigm or that perspective of like, I'm not good enough, people are unsubscribing from my newsletter, I should probably quit and go back to corporate, that's not doing any service. It's like, you know what? If you want to unsubscribe from my newsletter, good, get out of here. Get out of here. I only want people who want my medicine. Because back when I first started sending newsletters, you know what? I felt like I was inconveniencing people by sending them a mail. I thought, I don't want to bother them. It's like, you know what? You're damn fucking lucky to get me into your inbox sharing my medicine that I'm sharing with the world. And even when I hold events, I used to take my promotional, like, how to connect with me and what I offer to like, I kind of do stuff and then bye. And it's like, no. Owning that I've got gifts and I want people to know about it. So I'm going to craft a newsletter. I'm going to share a post, and I'm going to take those extra minutes after the event to share what I have to offer. But my point being, there's been so much fear and so much panic in my world over the years of flying completely solo. It's been almost 2 years out of the corporate paradigm and into a world where I'm fully running my business, taking care of myself, working with clients, and showing up. Whether or not I feel like it or not, I get behind this camera and I share something from the heart, because at the end of the day, again, it's not about me, it's about a greater calling. And I really feel that so many of us, we're all channelers, we're all light workers, we're all made of stars, we're all of the same source, right? And if you're humming and hawing around, I'm not happy with my life, I'm not happy with where I'm going, I have these gifts and I want to share them, but I just don't know how to start or where to start, I need to spend all this money on a fancy camera, like, just check yourself and just know that maybe you're just putting off the work because you're afraid of being seen. Like we all are. And remember, when you come across this fear of being seen, just remember it is a biological, evolutionary, like kind of hardwiring to give a shit about what people think. But now that we don't need to really so much give as many shits, maybe, just maybe, you can be a little gentler on yourself and just get shit out there and post something from the heart. Share your poem, share your music, share your latest, insights and musings, like whatever. Just don't take it so seriously. I had to get that out. I had to get that out because I know so many of us are dealing with this right now. And when I first started plotting my escape round 2 from corporate, I was studying what are people doing on social media, how are they posting, what's working well. And then I realized I had to completely ditch that because, what is the quote? Comparison is the thief of all joy. And all it did was make me realize that I'm not doing enough. I don't have the pretty lighting. Where's my boyfriend who's a cameraman and a music producer? If I could have one of those, that'd be great. Calling it in, by the way. But at the end of the day, if you keep comparing yourself to others, you're just going to further and further separate yourself from your truth. So don't study maybe, sure, but I'm taking a very feminine flow approach to my business, which has actually been working. It's been almost 2 years. I tell you, I don't have a business plan. I don't strategize. I mean, maybe I ponder and think, but I tune into my gut. I tune into my intuition. And when I have back-to-back clients telling me a very similar theme around fear of being seen or being heard, right? We're also doing voice activation with these women. It's just loud and clear to me that maybe it's more than just these two people that need to hear what I've been sharing on my couch today with these clients. So let yourself be seen, let yourself be heard, and understand and know that the fear that you're experiencing is just an evolutionary aspect of our survival. And maybe, just maybe, we can move past that and get out of our own way and brighten someone else's day by being real, being honest. So I hope this has inspired you. If anyone has anything they want to ask or say before I put my arm back down and eat some food, welcome to share. Yeah. So interesting. Gosh, in social media, who all there has the massive ick factor when it comes to social media? I do. The like, I want to get it right. I want to It's icky sticky, and everybody's like highlight reeling and looks perfect and sounds perfect. And they got the great lighting and good on them. But like, if I waited for the perfect everything to share anything, I would share nothing. You're so welcome, beautiful. So with that said, just go have some fun and share your medicine. And if you have any questions, I've got so much to share, and 2 spots are now open for my mentorship program, which includes voice activation and all the yummy goodness that I've just shared. So if you want to know more about that, let me know and we'll have a chat. And while I'm here, you bet you, girls got some offerings coming up. I'm going to be sharing in my newsletter I'm sending out tomorrow. So just go to melodiousyogi.com/VIP-me and I will add you to the newsletter, and you can receive, my updates and insights on when my next events are. Really big, juicy concert coming up on the 13th with an incredibly talented multi-instrumentalist and vocalist, Oliver Schuring in Mossman. And then on the 14th, we're singing with the Whales, weather permitting. And then on the 20th, another dance party. So, lots of things. And, thanks for sharing, Ruby. Comparison is the thief of all joy. Remember, we are all on our own unique journey, and we are all on our own unique time frame. And you know what? I highly recommend this book called It's Not Your Money by Tosha Silver. She talks about divine timing, right? And how we can all... Thought I was done. I'm not done. How we all want immediate results. We all want right away. Like, I posted it. I'm not an overnight sensation. I quit. I stop. I'm no good. But actually, when you look at it like, as she puts in this book, we can put our vision boards up. We can, do all these things. We can have all the affirmations. We can do all the work. But at the end of the day, if it's not your time, it's not your time. And just like a cake in the oven, you really want that cake, but it needs to cook. But you're going to go in, you're going to have a big, sloppy, mooky goo. But babe, you need to let the cake finish baking. And maybe your cake still needs 20 minutes, or maybe it needs 20 years, or maybe it needs 5 years or 2 months. Just remember, divine timing. And, sometimes it's just not time. And don't take that as a personal... insults on your abilities. Just trust that what is meant for you cannot miss you. Okay? Lots of love, beautiful souls. Keep shining your light. Please keep shining your light. Thank you all. Mwah!